Phander Valley, Gizar, Gilgit-Baltistan. Phander Valley sits in the Gizar district of Gilgit-Baltistan, a place so lush, so achingly green, so impossibly blue that locals simply call it Little Kashmir. It lies 184 kilometers from Gilgit, on the ancient road that winds toward the Shandar Pass and on to Chitral. Most travelers pass right through it. They don't know what they are leaving behind. Those who do stop, they stay. What was meant to be 2 days becomes 5 nights. What was meant to be a quick rest becomes a reason to return. The Gilgit River enters Phander and does something extraordinary. It splits into several strands as it moves through the valley, braiding itself through the land like it cannot bear to leave in a single stream, before merging again as it exits. Even the river is reluctant to go. There are 4 lakes in the valley. The deepest and most famous is Phander Lake. Crystal clear, turquoise blue, set inside a cup of mountains like a jewel, placed there by the mountains themselves, primarily home to wild trout. The people of Phander are warm, generous, curious, a few restaurants, no tourist shops, no noise, just poplar-lined pathways, and a hospitality so genuine it will rearrange something inside you. There are only 3 small guest houses near the lake. No buses, only 2G signal, barely enough for a text message. Facebook doesn't load, YouTube doesn't load, and somehow that feels like a gift. The people of Phander speak Kawar, a language older than the roads that connect them to the rest of the world. They are the descendants of refugees and traders who came through the Wakhan corridor, settling in these valleys centuries ago, building a life between the mountains and the glaciers that fed their streams. Phander Valley was once called the breadbasket of all of Gilgit-Baltistan. Its fields so fertile, its water so reliable, its harvest so abundant that it fed the wider region. That reliability came from the glaciers, and the glaciers are changing. It came in the night. In August 2025, a glacial lake outburst flood tore through Geyser Valley at 3 a.m. The glacier that burst was in nearby Tildas village, but its destruction reached far beyond. Flood debris blocked the Gizar River entirely for months. An artificial lake formed. Dozens of homes were submerged. A mosque, a school, a community gathering hall, an RCC bridge, the floodwaters cut off the only road connecting Phander to the rest of the world. Over 330 households across 6 villages were affected. 200 people were rescued. Displaced families fled with little more than the clothes on their backs. And here is what makes it unbearable. There were no early warning systems in place. None. The water simply came and the people had no way of knowing it was coming. The trout that have swum in Phander Lake for centuries need cold, clean, glacier-fed water. As temperatures rise and glacial meltwater floods in warmer pulses, the fish are under stress. The fishing season that locals have built their livelihoods around is becoming unpredictable. The Shandar Pass, which hosts the highest polo ground in the world at 12,500 feet, is becoming more unstable. Its ancient polo festival threatened by the very conditions that shaped it. The apricot trees, the wheat fields, all of it depends on a water cycle that the glaciers maintained like clockwork for thousands of years for free. That clockwork is breaking. When the glacial flood hit Gizar at 3 a.m. in August 2025, it was a local shepherd awake in the early hours, watching his flock, who first heard the sound and understood what it meant. His quick thinking and immediate warning to nearby households helped avert what could have been a human catastrophe. He had no app, no sensor, no government system behind him, just a lifetime of listening to these mountains and the knowledge that when they speak in that particular way, you run and you wake your neighbors. That shepherd is every person in Gilgit, a community that has survived here not because the land is easy, but because they have learned across generations to read it. Gilgit-Baltistan is not on most people's maps. It is not in most travel magazines. It is simply one of the most beautiful, most human, extraordinary places on this earth, and it is fighting for its life. The word geyser comes from Gyurts, which in the local Kawa language means refugees. This district was built by people who found shelter here, who found beauty from displacement. Now, for the first time in their history, the people of Gilgit-Baltistan face becoming refugees themselves, not from war, but from a warming sky thousands of miles away. Gilgit, Hunza, Nagar, Gezer, Gupis Yasin, Skardu, Kharmang, Shigar, Ganche, Diama, Astor, Darel, Tangir, every single one of them fighting for their existence. Not from war, not from conflict, but from a crisis they did not create. These names must not become memory. These places must not become past tense. This is not just their fight, it is ours too. Save Gilgit Baltistan. Save the most breathtaking place on this earth. Save the valleys that hold the sky, the rivers that carry the mountains, the people who have called this home for 1,000 years. If we lose this, we lose something the world cannot get back.